some of the most charismatic and socially dominant people on the planet are quite frankly not good people. Their confidence, their charm, their ability to command attention, it's all engineered, not to build connections, but to manipulate and exploit. This is the so-called Dark Triad: narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. And these aren't just personality traits, they're a game plan that certain people use to bend social interactions in their favor. And if you don't know what's happening, you get played. The same social tools that these manipulators use for control, they're also the keys to unshakable confidence and social mastery. The difference lies in the intention behind it. This video, it's about recognizing these traits and these tactics so you can protect yourself, but more importantly, it's about learning how to use these same skills ethically to become socially dominant without being a manipulative fucking sociopath. Now, what if I told you that some of the most magnetic, high-status people you've ever met, the smooth-talking CEO, that person who can walk into any room and command attention, that dude who just seems to always get his way, these aren't necessarily naturals at all. They're just people who know how to control social dynamics. And here's the dirty little secret. Some of the darkest motherfuckers on the planet, they understand social psychology far better than the average person. They know how to make people feel instantly drawn to them. They know how to control the frame so other people follow their lead. They know how to generate respect, desire, even fear on command. And some of these people, well, they use it to manipulate, deceive, and exploit. But what if you could use those same techniques to build connections, to command respect, to project an undeniable aura of confidence without being a fucking psycho? That's what we're diving into today. Because look, right now, this shit's being used against you every single day. You're walking into social interactions naked, basically, unarmed with like a stick, while other people, whether it's that cutthroat CEO, the slick social player, some manipulative dickhead at work, they're all running game on you. And if you don't know exactly what's happening, you lose. You get overlooked. You walk into a room and nobody even clocks you. Conversations happen around you, not with you. You're just sort of there. You're a non-entity. You're fucking invisible. You get talked over. You try to speak, somebody with actual presence just steamrolls the conversation. Nobody stops. Nobody asks you to repeat yourself. They didn't even notice you said anything. You get ignored while high-status people take the reins. You watched it happen in real time right in front of you. The guys who understand this game, they're effortlessly commanding attention. They're making connections. They're closing the deal. They're getting the girl. Meanwhile, you just fade into the background like Homer Simpson fading into a fucking hedge. Just another face in the crowd. And the worst part of all this is, these people aren't better than you. They just know what you don't. But once you understand these techniques, once you understand how to use them yourself, boom, that's the shift. Your presence shifts the energy of the room when you walk in. Conversations pause. People look. You don't even have to say anything. People just feel it. That magnetic pull, that aura. People lean in when you speak because they can feel that you know what the fuck you're doing. No more trying to get a word in edgewise. Your voice cuts through the noise. People listen to you. They want to hear what you have to say. Now you become the one setting the frame, the one people listen to. No more reacting. No more being at the mercy of the environment. Now you decide how it plays out. You command respect. You make an impact. The conversation moves on your terms. This is what we teach in charisma mentoring and boot camp. This is what flips the script. One shift and your whole life changes. And this isn't just surface level, be more confident advice. This isn't some fake it till you make it bullshit. This is the actual field-tested playbook for mastering high-status social skills, for building presence and attraction, for navigating social situations like a pro. Click the link in the description now. Stop being the one who gets played. Start being the one who sets the rules. Let's fucking go. All right? So, how do they do it? What's the secret behind this level of influence? Well, again, it all comes down to that dark triad. Number one, narcissism, extreme self-importance, high levels of entitlement off the charts, a deep-seated need for admiration. Number two, Machiavellianism, master-level social manipulation, playing the long game to control outcomes. Like, as I'm saying this shit, I'm like, it's reminding me of things that I've done in the past. Like the time that a girl wouldn't go out with me, so I decided to systematically have sex with her entire friend group so she would see how much I care for her. It worked. Anyway, number three is psychopathy. This is a person who has zero empathy, zero guilt. They're just executing cold, calculated moves. So what does this mean in real life? Well, quite frankly, these people don't experience social anxiety the way that normal people do. They never second guess themselves. They never worry about being judged. They don't feel guilt when they lie. Instead, they walk into every interaction like they own the fucking room. They say whatever the hell they want with zero hesitation. They use charm, confidence, and persuasion to get what they want. And this is why so many of these people thrive in politics, in business, and yes, in dating. They don't get stuck in their head. They just take action, and that's what makes them dangerous. These guys aren't just confident. They're calculated. They use high-level charisma techniques not to connect, but to control. And some of those techniques include, yes, number one, frame control. They dictate the reality of the conversation. They say something absolutely ridiculous and you question it. They double down. They make you question yourself. They use emotional contagion, whatever you feel, they feel. They set the tone of the interaction. If they act like the prize, people treat them that way. If they act like they belong in a place, people assume they do. They use push-pull dynamics. They keep people off balance by mixing validation with unpredictability. They whiplash routine. I love you and you're worthless. They exploit empathy. They recognize people who are emotionally vulnerable and they position themselves as indispensable to these people. The end result of all this, people chase them, they defer to them, they trust them even when they shouldn't. This is weaponized charisma. Now, here's where things get interesting, because while these tactics can be used for manipulation, they can also be used for building attraction. They can be used for commanding respect in different social situations. They can be used to avoid the trap of being too nice and getting ignored. And the difference, as I said before, is the intent behind it. So instead of using these tactics for deception, you could use them for high-status communication and leadership. Let's break it down. Frame control. Instead of gaslighting people into questioning themselves, you become that unshakable presence, that anchor, that rock that they're looking to for guidance. Look, people take social cues from whoever in the environment seems the most certain. So to set a strong frame, you never fidget, you never hesitate, you never backtrack on what you said. If somebody tries to put you on the defensive, you don't even give it oxygen. You don't play that game. You speak with certainty at all times, even if you don't have all the answers. If somebody's like, I think you're wrong. You're like, oh, that's cute. Anyway, and just change the subject. Or I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong. Anyway, boom. People follow confidence. Be that source of confidence. Inspire them. Number two, emotional contagion. Instead of manipulating people's emotions, you set the social tone in a way that uplifts and inspires them. Look, again, whatever you feel, they feel. Because of the mirror neuron effect, people will mirror your emotional state. If you walk into a room already feeling like the most dominant, energized person there, they're going to take that cue and they're going to treat you as such. Use positive unpredictability. Make them laugh, then drop an insightful comment that makes them rethink their assumptions about you. When you dictate the energy, you naturally pull people into your orbit. That's how you get past the social hook point. What's that? The point where people go from thinking, who is this guy? Why is he talking to me? To, oh, this person's cool. Let's keep talking to him. That can happen instantaneously, or sometimes it can take a couple of minutes while they kind of look at you skeptically. Now, a lot of people, they'll go up and they're all happy. And then if they don't immediately get past social hook point and the person was kind of like side-eyeing them, they go like this. Wah, wah, wah. Their emotional state fluctuates. The people can see that and it's over. Instead, you want to continue beaming that positive, fun, good energy at them until, oh, okay, that mirror neuron effect takes hold. They get sucked into that energy and you get past the hook point. That's the key to getting past that consistently. Push-pull. Instead of keeping people off balance and manipulate them, you use that tension to create chemistry and intrigue. Look, the bare fact of the matter is most guys either try way too hard to be liked, like they're seeking rapport, they're seeking validation, or on the flip side, they try to be like the super cool mystery rock star James Bond guy. They act like this arrogant, cold, disinterested facade, the intrigue and the mystery, hoping people will come to them. Neither of those really work. The key is to have a contrast. And I'm going to do another video about this entirely. But on the one hand, you playfully tease, then you show genuine interest, right? You show confidence, and then maybe you show a little bit of vulnerability. This keeps the conversation dynamic. You're never staying in one emotional state for too long. What this does, it creates an addiction level of engagement. Ultimately, though, most people never get this right. Why not? Well, most guys either play it too safe or go too hard. They either people please their way into complete irrelevance, or they try way too hard to be alpha and come off as these fucking dick clowns. The real answer, it's not weaponized charisma, it's controlled charisma. And the Dark Triad understands this instinctively, but you don't have to be a fucking sociopath to command the room and dominate interactions. What you need is training. And that's exactly what we do in charisma mentoring and boot camp. This is where you learn to master social dynamics for real. This is where you learn to build a presence. This is where you learn to unlock the kind of charisma that makes people listen to you, follow you, and want you. Click the link in the description. Let's get to work. This has been your boy, Jeffy, and I'll see you next time.
I've completed the 8-week charisma mentoring course, and what a fantastic 8 weeks that has been. Absolutely flown by. There's been so much. How to behave in social interactions, how to feel truly confident in myself. The way the course is set out is perfect, really. Everything is built upon the previous week. It's been absolutely eye-opener. It's been a fantastic course, and I highly recommend this course to anyone that's just trying to get them to the next step of sort of developing their own self-growth and self-confidence. This is the one for you. This is an absolutely great course.